Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is another pregnancy update, of course. And yeah, this week we are talking about my 23rd and 24th pregnancy update. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching. So week 23 was a really lovely week actually. I have been feeling baby move non-stop, which is incredible. Like the start of the week started with a lot of movement. I'm feeling it all over the place actually. It's really bizarre because I go from feeling a lot of movement sort of in the higher part of my tummy, a lot of fists I think, and then a lot over to one side with the feet, but then I get it really low as well. So I think I'm getting a lot of elbows down there. It's really funny trying to work out what movements are what, but it's been so lovely just feeling this little fidget moving around inside me, especially after I was waiting so long. It's just been so nice to have those moments, and for Dan to feel and see them as well has been perfect. So that's been a plus. On a slightly more negative note, I have been so uncomfortable. These last 2 weeks, actually 23 and 24, has just been incredibly uncomfortable. Kind of as the day goes on, sitting down on a sofa has just been a no-go really. No matter what position I sit in, I just feel like everything is like all pushed up and I just can't get comfy. My back's hurting, my shoulders hurting. I just can't get comfortable in any position. It just seems to be, I have to keep moving. So I'm really lucky that actually I'm in a job where I'm on my feet a lot of the time rather than sat down, because I just don't think I'd be able to do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not swelling yet. So when that stage happens, then I'm sure I'll be moaning about being on my feet all day. But yeah, it's uncomfortable, and being uncomfortable has also resulted in having a really tight tummy. My tummy is rock solid, like rock solid. So it's a bit just uncomfortable. Like I know my body's doing everything it needs to do to home this baby and keep the baby moving, but yeah, I've never been so uncomfortable in my life, and I still got 3 months to go pretty much, maybe more, 15, 16 weeks, whatever. So yeah, that is that. It is also officially the week that I can no longer see my bits. TMI for some of you, but for a couple of weeks now I've been struggling to kind of see. But it is officially done. 23 weeks is the mark that I can no longer see my bits. So that's interesting. That's yeah, that's that is interesting, put it that way. It's a bit difficult, but you know, we're all good. I know what it looks like, so we're fine. At the end of my 23rd week, I had my midwife appointment, which is for my 24th week midwife check. This was the first time they actually measured the bump, which was really exciting. It was just Dan and I, really relaxed, did the blood pressure, which actually, by the way, guys, my blood pressure has gone back up a little bit, which is really nice, because after having that blip on my holiday where I felt really low and the blood pressure was all over the place, it's actually nice that I know it's feeling a little bit more at ease. So that was good. She seemed really happy with the way things were going. But as she measured the tummy, so they measure from like the top to the bottom, baby's a little bit on the chunky side, let's put it that way. Like its mama's starting to be a bit on the, like the double chin is definitely. Anyway, moving on from that. So basically I was 23 weeks and 6 days and I was measuring 25 and a half, but she rounded it up to 26. So I'm basically measuring 2 weeks ahead. It's not a cause of concern. If I was measuring 3 weeks ahead, then that's when they would send me off for a scan and they would just want to check why baby was slightly on the bigger side, especially because all measurements were fine during my 20-week scan. They wonder if it could be like diabetes or some other options, I'm not too sure. But as I'm only measuring sort of a week and a half to 2 weeks ahead, they're not worried at the moment. They'll just monitor that again when I see them on my 28-week check. So yeah, we've got a little chunky monkey growing inside the tum. which I'm not surprised at. She did say that she probably thinks it was just a growth spurt because I went from feeling like no movement to quite a lot of movement. So she thinks baby's probably just had a massive growth spurt, and it just seemed to be around the time that I was getting measured. So yeah, I'm not surprised. She said, do you feel big? And I was like, yes, I feel huge. And she also said that my tummy was very solid. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I just know it's a bit uncomfortable for me, but I don't know if it sort of means I've got a lot of water or not a lot of water. I should have probably asked. But yeah, I will ask about that next time. But yeah, so 23 weeks has been really lovely. Lots of movement all over the place, just sussing out baby's routine and movements and what's what and where's what, which has been amazing. And it's just been a really nice week. So I will flash up a picture of week 23 here for you guys to see, and then we will go on and talk about week 24, and I will show you the bump in person because I know it's so much nicer seeing it in person, but just trying to keep up with all the updates. So let me read you about baby at week 23. So baby is now around 550 grams. Mine's a little bit bigger than that, I think. And the bones in the inner ear will have hardened and developed fully, giving the baby a sense of whatever it is upside down or the right way up in your womb. The lungs are not yet able to work properly, but your baby is practicing breathing movements to prepare for life outside of the uterus. Stretch marks may become noticeable around now on your stomach, breasts and thighs. At first they look red, but over time they will fade to go a silvery grey. Your breast may start to leak a little bit of pre-milk. This is normal. Talking about that, I just want to say I actually don't have any stretch marks at the moment. I've been very lucky. I know they'll come, but that's fine. I've got some on my right thigh, like on my inner thigh, but they're previous marks from where I sort of gained and lost weight over the years. They're just coming through a bit stronger now, but that's not a problem. But I literally haven't got anywhere. I'm finding them a bit more veiny, like on my boobs. I'm getting like quite prominent veins, but I haven't got any stretch marks yet. So what I'll do as we go on to week 24, I'll talk to you about my pregnancy skincare and just what I'm doing to try and keep the stretch marks at bay and also just keep my skin feeling soft and supple. And yeah, so let's go on to week 24. I can't actually get over that I'm up to week 24 of pregnancy already. It is just utterly insane. I can't quite believe how quick it is going. But yeah, so week 24, as much as the high as week 23 was, week 24 came with some lows, and it wasn't like that bad. I just felt utterly exhausted all the time. Like I had a few days of just feeling really tired. I did make a conscious effort to try and fit a workout in. I have been doing on and off Results with Lucy workouts, which is called Results with Bumps. So they are all pregnancy safe and everything. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but I have definitely noticed a difference because I haven't done a workout for a few weeks, and it's really funny when you're so used to being active and then you do workouts and your body is so different and in a completely different space, and it's just a bit alien to you to not be able to do certain things, but it's so accommodating for bumps. So yeah, that was good, and that made me feel a lot better about it. I also have been doing pregnancy yoga every Monday as well. I'm not sure if I've spoke about that one yet. That's really nice. It's really subtle, it's really soft, it's gentle. Again, it's all about connecting with the baby and having time for you and your bump, which is really nice. The lady Harriet, her name is, it's called Blissful Bumps, and she is just fabulous. She just talks us through everything, and her voice is so like gentle when you honestly you just feel so relaxed. And we've just started doing where we talk about a different topic at the start of every session because she's actually a midwife, and this week we talked about birth partners, which was interesting. So yeah, that's been really nice. It's just nice to have a bit of time away from everyone and just have time with you and bump and be surrounded by people in the same situation as you, whether they're behind in pregnancy, ahead in pregnancy. It's really lovely. So that's been a really nice thing, especially where I've been so uncomfortable. It's nice just to stretch and actually get the body moving in a way that it can without being too much. So that's really nice. But yeah, it's been a funny old week. I've just been tired, really uncomfortable. I've tried having like a bath and things, but some days I just haven't felt 100%. And again, my stomach is absolutely rock solid. to a point where I feel like my skin should be translucent because it is so stretched where it's growing. It's actually quite tender. But you know, it's doing what it's got to do for this baby. But yeah, it's really, really uncomfortable sometimes. But eating wise this week has been pretty standard, still the same. I'm not eating as much as I was a few weeks ago in regards of snacking. I'm finding I can go in between meals quite well now. I can have like a little snack, but not where I was eating like every hour before, I felt like. But I'm still eating a lot of sweeter things, which is why I feel like the chin is sort of doubling a little bit. But yeah, definitely loving the sweeter things more. I think this time of year as well, being like November and coming into like the Christmas festive season, there's a lot of naughty treats on show and available, so you kind of just indulge. And when you're pregnant, you're kind of like, why not? It's all fun and games, so why not? Also, this week was another week of something that I'm struggling to do now, putting socks and tights on. It's just a hassle. Actually trying to do anything on with my right leg, right? Yeah, you're looking at me my left, but my right leg. It's just like impossible. Like trying to be, obviously you can't bend, so you try and twist to the side, but then that doesn't really work. And it's just it's just bizarre, but you get through it and you do it, so you're all good. Yeah, so week 24 it's been fine. I haven't been feeling 100%, but I haven't been feeling the lowest of lows either. And yeah, I'm just sort of rolling in and out of bed and literally struggling to get dressed every day, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all for this growing baby. Again, loads of movement this week. We've actually had a couple of days where I've tried to get Dan to bond with the baby a lot more, just by like resting his head on the tummy as well and feeling the kicks and stuff. So I think for the guys, they find it a bit awkward. They don't really know what to do. Stand there and like talk to a bump. I think they find it a bit embarrassing, but it's just nice to have a little bit of connection time for the two of them, because obviously I can really connect by feeling it and doing my yoga and things like that. But for the partners, I think they're a little bit like, what do I do? So yeah, I'm just going to quickly talk to you about my pregnancy skincare, just because in last week's it said about stretch marks, and obviously I haven't got any of those as of yet. So I am literally swapping between using bio oil and a cocoa shea butter stretch mark cream. They're both from Boots. I've been getting them. I just alternate between the two. When I run out of one, I use the other, and vice versa. And I literally am rubbing it all over the tummy, right up to the top underneath the boobs, right down to your pubic bone, all the way around, all over my hips, because obviously you're getting a lot of stretching from your hips, and also if you do, you might go out as well. So I put it all over my hips, and then on my outer thighs and all on my inner thighs as well, and also on my boobs as well, because obviously they're growing. So literally I've been doing that since about 10 to 12 weeks, and I'm now 25 weeks. So yeah, I do it every evening, and I am also taking tablets still. I'm still taking vitamins. I'm actually taking the 7C's pregnancy ones at the moment. I started off taking the Pregnant-Cares one when I was first pregnant up until the 12 weeks, and then I've alternated between those and the 7C's ones. I enjoyed the 7C's one because it's just the one tablet, and also they have ginger in, so it helps with that nausea a little bit. But yeah, I just take them every evening. I recommend taking them on the evening because I found when I was in the early stages of pregnancy and I was taking them in the morning, I don't know if it was anything to do with it, but I felt like it almost made me feel more nauseous. Whereas when you take it just before bed, you kind of sleep through it if it was to make you feel like that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That is kind of where I'm at. We're sort of just a little bit uncomfortable and tight, and everything is stretching and growing, but we've got plenty of movements and it's in full force on show, so I am enjoying it. And to think that I've only got 15 weeks left is absolutely terrifying, but absolutely exciting at the same time. So I'll read to you about week 24. It says, baby is now around 600 grams and growing at a steady pace. Weight gain is now in the form of muscle, bone mass and organs. You may find you suffer from common minor problems, can include backache, indigestion and piles. Well, I haven't had indigestion and piles, but I've been having the backache. Also, I've not been suffering with heartburn yet either, so that might come in time. But I will go on and show you the belly now. I will show you the bump. I will show you it in my clothes now, and then I will put up a picture of the bare bump because I'm wearing a skirt, so it's a bit, I'm not just going to flash it up to you. But yeah, I will go on and show you that now. So this is bump at the end of 24 weeks, 25 weeks exactly. It is definitely sporting a nice round shape. I call it my football attached. And then from behind, this is how I'm looking. I've definitely put on a little bit of weight around here, but I'm feeling quite lucky that I am mainly all front at the moment. But it is definitely there, loud and proud. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, then smash that thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Let me know how you were feeling around the 23-24 mark, if you had any like indigestion, heartburn, any cravings, anything like that, or if you've been doing any gentle exercises to keep your body moving if you've been uncomfortable like me. Just let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys were all experiencing. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with another update. Bye!